In a twist of fate that blends the bitterness of neglect with the sweet taste of victory, Lily transforms from an underappreciated wife to a celebrated culinary sensation, proving that sometimes, the best revenge is served not cold, but baked to perfection in the heat of competition. I'm Lily. I've dedicated myself to being a loving and devoted wife, always aiming to bring joy to my husband, Mark. Our story isn't just about the ordinary ups and downs of marriage, it's about the efforts we make to keep the spark alive, the small gestures that say I care. Recently, I embarked on a little project, one that I thought would light up Mark's day, baking his favorite dessert, an apple pie. Cooking isn't just a chore for me, it's an expression of love. So, when I decided to bake this pie, I didn't take it lightly. I woke up early, buzzing with excitement and anticipation. I envisioned Mark's reaction, the surprise and delight in his eyes. I wanted this pie to be more than just a dessert, I wanted it to be a symbol of my affection, a testament to the care I put into our life together. The process was meticulous and thoughtful. I handpicked the apples, ensuring they were the perfect blend of tart and sweet, just how he likes them. The crust required a particular touch, flaky and buttery, golden brown to perfection. I remember standing in the kitchen, apron dusted with flour, the sweet scent of apples and cinnamon wafting through the air. It felt like a dance, a rhythm I followed, pouring every ounce of my devotion into this culinary creation. As the pie baked, I tidied up, imagining the look of contentment on Mark's face as he would take that first bite. The house filled with the aroma of baked apples and spices, a fragrance that I hoped would be a precursor to the evening's joyful ambience. I set the table, placed the pie to cool by the window, and waited for Mark to come home, my heart fluttering with anticipation. Creating this apple pie was more than just baking, it was a labor of love, a gesture meant to convey my deep affection and desire to please the person who means the world to me. I hoped that through the flavors and textures, Mark would sense the depth of my love and care, strengthening the bond that has been the foundation of our marriage. The moment Mark walked through the door, my heart was pounding with excitement and a hint of nervousness. The pie sat perfectly on the kitchen counter, its aroma a sweet welcome. I watched his face light up at the sight, and for a second, I thought I had achieved the perfect surprise. But as he took that first bite, the expression on his face shifted drastically, and my world turned upside down. His reaction was not of delight, but of disappointment. He barely chewed before he spat it out, his words cutting through the air like a knife. "What's wrong with this pie? It tastes nothing like the one Emily used to make. Hers was way better." My heart sank as he tossed the entire pie into the trash, dismissing my efforts and love as if they were nothing. I stood there, frozen, as a mixture of disbelief and hurt washed over me. The pie, which I had baked with so much love and care, lay discarded in the trash, and with it, a piece of my heart. I had tried so hard to please him, to make him happy, and it all crumbled in an instant. His words echoed in my mind, a painful reminder of his lingering attachment to his ex, Emily. In the silence of the aftermath, a fire ignited within me. I realized that I didn't need to stand in the shadow of someone else's past. I deserved recognition for my own merits, not just as a wife trying to outdo an ex-girlfriend's cooking skills. It was then that I made a decision: I would prove my culinary prowess, not just to Mark, but to myself and the world. I would enter the local culinary competition, a contest renowned for its fierce competitors and discerning judges. It would be my battleground, my chance to shine and show Mark that I am not a second choice, but a force to be reckoned with in my own right. This wasn't just about revenge, it was about reclaiming my self-worth and demonstrating my talent. I would no longer seek validation from the shadows of the past but instead, forge my own path to recognition and respect. Mark's thoughtless comparison had ignited a spark in me, propelling me towards a journey of culinary excellence and personal triumph. The decision to enter the culinary competition was a leap into the unknown, a bold step on a journey that was as much about self-discovery as it was about culinary excellence. I enrolled secretly, choosing to keep this ambition close to my heart, a silent protest against the disregard I had faced. The competition was renowned, a gathering of some of the best talents in the culinary world, and the very thought of it was both exhilarating and daunting. In the weeks leading up to the event, my life became a whirlwind of preparation and creativity. I experimented with flavors and techniques, pushing the boundaries of my culinary skills. Each dish I prepared was a step toward refining my art, a blend of tradition and innovation that I hoped would set me apart. The kitchen became my sanctuary, a place where I could channel my emotions and transform them into something tangible and delicious. Unexpectedly, Emily, Mark's ex, reached out to me. Far from the rivalry one might expect, she offered her support and encouragement. She had heard about the competition and, perhaps understanding the shadows we both lived under, became an ally in my quest. Together, we worked on perfecting a recipe that was a symbol of my journey, an apple pie, but not just any apple pie. This one was a masterpiece of flavors, a tribute to the past yet boldly stepping into the future, much like my own path. Competition day arrived with a mix of nerves and excitement. The atmosphere was electric, charged with the anticipation and energy of both the contestants and the audience. My hands trembled as I presented my dish, the apple pie that had started it all, now elevated to a level I had never imagined possible. The judges tasted, their expressions inscrutable, and I held my breath, waiting for their verdict. Their feedback was beyond my wildest dreams. They praised the innovation, the balance of flavors, and the technical skill I had demonstrated. I stood there, basking in the glow of their words, feeling a sense of validation and achievement that was indescribable. And then, the unthinkable happened, I won. My name was called, and applause thundered through the venue. I looked out into the crowd, locking eyes with Mark. His expression was one of shock and, I hoped, a dawning recognition of the mistake he had made. Winning the competition was a moment of triumph, not just in the culinary sense but also in a deeply personal way. It was a vindication of my skills, my passion, and my worth. Standing there, with the applause ringing in my ears, I felt a surge of strength and dignity. I had proven to myself, and to everyone else, that I was not to be underestimated or overshadowed. As I stood on the stage, clutching the award with trembling hands, a wave of emotions washed over me. The applause was thunderous, a resounding affirmation of my journey and struggle. The moment had come for my acceptance speech, and while I felt a knot of nervousness in my stomach, there was also a fierce determination to speak my truth. "Thank you," I began, my voice steady, growing in confidence with each word. "This victory is not just about culinary skill, it's a journey of self-discovery and empowerment. Each dish I created for this competition was a chapter in my story, a story of a woman reclaiming her worth and talent in the face of doubt." My eyes scanned the crowd, finding Mark's, holding his gaze for a moment. It's funny how sometimes, the lack of faith from the ones closest to us can ignite a fire within, propelling us to prove not just to them, but more importantly, to ourselves, that we are capable of greatness. The room was silent, hanging on every word. I continued, my journey to this stage was sparked by a simple homemade apple pie, one that was compared unfavorably to a memory of the past. A past that overshadowed the present and dismissed my efforts. The murmurs began, whispers of realization spreading through the audience as they pieced together the story. I looked towards Emily, who stood up and added, yes, it's true. Once, a pie made with love was thrown away, deemed inferior to the one from memories of what used to be. Her voice was clear, her stance strong beside me, her words echoing the sentiment of moving beyond the past. The crowd's reaction was a mixture of shock and support, a collective acknowledgement of the journey I had undertaken. Mark's face was a canvas of emotions, from realization to regret. The public revelation of his dismissal of my cooking, now laid bare before the audience, was a moment of profound embarrassment for him. But this was not just about exposing past wrongs, it was about showcasing the growth and resilience that comes from overcoming them. My speech, while highlighting the underestimation I had faced, was also a narrative of triumph, of a woman who had risen above doubt to claim her space in the limelight. As I concluded my speech, the applause that followed was not just for the culinary victory, but for the personal battle won, a battle against the shadows of underestimation and the reclaiming of self-belief and respect. My father did everything to ruin my dream, but karma had my back. My stepfather gave me an ultimatum to receive his wedding gift. I gave him a reality check. My husband leaves piles of dirty dishes and refuses to wash them. One day, I taught him a real lesson. The aftermath of the competition and the revelation during my acceptance speech marked a turning point, not just in my culinary career, but in my personal life as well. The journey had been one of profound self-discovery and empowerment, culminating in a moment of public acknowledgement and triumph. But beyond the accolades and the applause, a more intimate resolution was unfolding. Mark approached me later, his demeanor one of humility and introspection. The pride and arrogance that once clouded his judgment seemed to have dissipated, replaced by a genuine realization of his mistake. "Lily," he began, his voice laden with remorse, "I was wrong. So wrong. Your talent, your passion, and your dedication are beyond what I ever acknowledged. I am sorry for not seeing it, for not appreciating the love you put into everything you do." His apology, sincere and heartfelt, was a balm to the wounds of the past, a sign of his newfound respect and appreciation. This journey reshaped me, not only as a chef but as a person. The competition, while a platform to showcase my culinary skills, also served as a catalyst for my emergence as a respected talent in the culinary world. More importantly, it heralded my growth into a stronger, more confident individual. I had stepped out of the shadows of doubt and comparison, proving to myself and to the world that my abilities were not to be underestimated. Mark's change in attitude was palpable. His words of apology carried the weight of his newfound understanding and respect for my craft and my journey. It was the beginning of a new chapter in our relationship, one where mutual respect and appreciation formed the foundation. The experience had not only altered his perception of my culinary skills but had also led to a deeper, more introspective look at how he valued and acknowledged my contributions to our life together. This work is inspired by real events and people, but it has been fictionalized for creative purposes. Names, characters, and details have been changed to protect privacy and enhance the narrative. Any resemblance to actual persons, living or dead, or actual events is purely coincidental and not intended by the author. The author and publisher make no claims to the accuracy of events or the portrayal of characters and are not liable for any misinterpretation. This story is provided as is, and any opinions expressed are those of the characters and do not reflect the views of the author or publisher.